Lemmings for the Super Nintendo is a game that I haven't visited in forever, so I thought it would be fun to just go back and listen to the music and see how it holds up today. Okay, let's get started with the first track, which is gonna be completely random, so I have no idea how this list will turn out. Let's start and see. A task for blockers and bombers. Okay. So, some background to this whole recording. The thing is that I absolutely love their Lemmings franchise and have not really done any Lemmings content on this channel so far. I think, no, I shouldn't have. And I wanted to do something. And with me kinda getting hooked on this whole tier list thing now, I just wanted to throw a new one out there that was not, you know, RPG related, which it usually is. So hence this sudden deviation from my other content. I'm gonna try something new. So here we are. The thing is though, I haven't really listened to the Lemmings music in a long while. And I grew up with the Super Nintendo version, so that's the reason why we're going with that. And as you can see here, on the screen, we have my window where we have all the tracks in the Super Nintendo version. From 1 to 28. And this song here, A Task for Blockers and Bombers, I mean, it's kinda nice. But it's probably not my favorite one. It has this really happy vibe to it that I really enjoy in a lot of the Lemmings music. But it also doesn't really have the depth to make it to the top of my tier list. And I'm gonna speak a little bit about the criteria very soon. It's gonna be the same as in my other tier list videos. This part here is kinda neat. I still think that this is an A tier song. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there. Next song. Keep your hair on, Mr. Lemming. So as many of you probably are aware of, the Lemmings music is mostly comprised of famous non-copyrighted music tracks that kinda was used that was used in the making of the music of this game. And I think the Amiga version is the original one, and then all the other ports are kinda variants made by different people in a lot of times. Okay, so I don't remember the title of most of those songs actually. This is the something Turkish March, right? I think. And I like this, but I think that this version of Lemmings is actually kinda short. The track here is only like 1 minute and 11 seconds. And there, I mean, okay, let's start it over. It misses the best part of the track that the original one has. So this one is just way too short. I still like it though. What is here is nice. But if it had more length to it, it would easily gotten like 1 tier above than what I'm gonna put it in. I think it's too short. Just because what they did to this original track, I'm actually putting it in C tier for that. Or bottom B tier. Wait, am I stupid? That part... No. I feel that there is one section here that's missing. Okay, anyhow. You know what? Okay, bottom B tier. Let's go to the next one. Stage clear! This one is really short. It's also only half a minute long. and there it already looped. So I love the sound font used here for a lot of the Lemmings music for the Super Nintendo. Bam. But it's way too short to be anything else than... But at the same time, as a stage clear music theme, I think it's good though, because it makes me feel that I have accomplished something. Yeah, okay, bottom beat here. Next. As long as you try your best. Okay, let me speak about my 3 things that I rank stuff by. Before I do this, let me just tell you that this is not fair to all music tracks. I always want to point that out. This is my list. 1. How well does the music track perform its role? In Lemming's case, all of them are stage themes, or most of them are, except the one we just heard, like stage clear. How well does it perform that role of being a stage clear song? 2. How likely am I to listen to the music outside of the game? That is the criteria to actually make it into a good song that can live outside of the game. And 3rd, how many times can I hear the same song without feeling fatigue? So those 3 criteria are what I'm basing my ranking on here. So a song like Stage Clear probably can't go any higher than B, because it's just too short for me to put into anything else. Ooh, this part here. I really like this. What is it in English? Is it xylophone? The sound, or the xylophone-like sound, I should say, because it usually is what it is on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I think this track has been very well made for the Super Nintendo. And it's also making me very happy, just like the other song in A tier. Don't mind the positioning too much within the tiers. Sometimes things go into the top or bottom of a tier, but then I'll be sure to point it out. Now I just put it in A tier, kinda. Also, I have named the tiers, like S tier is Super Lemming tier. I'm thinking about the Super Lemming in Lemmings 2, especially that ability. And if they get an F, it's the same as rescuing 0 Lemmings on a stage. Which is an absolute fail, if you have ever played any of the games. Okay, next song. Just Dig. I'm not sure about the Amiga version, but in the SNES version, this is the first song that you hear on the first level. I assume it is the same on the Amiga version, or any other, for that matter, or most others. Once again, this sound here that the SNES version is using, I'm not sure I've heard it in a lot of other games on the SNES. Just so unique. So there it looped completely. This is a classic, folks. So I'm trying to keep nostalgia out of this as much as possible, but it's so hard growing up with this game. But I think that Just Dig is another A tier. Once again, really good energy here. If it had just a little bit more to it, it could go to S tier, but I think that A tier is where it belongs. Okay, next. Failure. Oh, I've never heard this song before. Huh, interesting. I'm just kidding. Of course I failed. You do fail a lot in this game, especially when trying to figure it out for first time. So yeah, a really short track. It is evoking the feeling of failure. Restarted. So I think that this is gonna be close to the stage clear theme. Because once again, I feel that it does its job good. And I like that. Next one. These two. So from what I understand, the Super Nintendo version, or no, I think that most versions actually of the Lemmings 1 has a guest appearance of other Psygnosis created games. And this could be Shadow of the Beast, I think it's called, right? Hence the name Beast. But I could also be wrong here. I think that Shadow of the Beast is one of the properties that's also used in this game. Anyhow, this is one of those guest appearance songs, so it feels very weird in this game. And the whole level, or all of those levels, are very either depressing or alien-like. It is quite a cool track though. And I would assume that this music is used in whatever game this is. And once again, I'm guessing on Shadow of the Beast. So yeah, once again, they were looped. Okay, so no, we didn't. There's more to it. They still have a little bit of the Lemmings feel to it. And those stages serve as a good variation to the rest of the stages that are more basic. There are not a whole lot going on in a lot of levels, environment-wise, but those stages have a lot more stuff. Like I said, either they're depressing or horrifying in different ways, kind of. So they're adding to the game in that way. Anyhow, I think... I don't remember the whole song here that much. But I think this is top B tier. Just because how different and cool it is. I like it more than I thought that I would. Next one. Patience. Something London Bridge, I think. Originally, that is. Now we're back to the more classic Lemming sounds. I think the parts that I like the most with the Lemmings variants of those original songs is here, like when they go a little bit offbeat, at least from what I know. I don't know the London Bridge is falling down by heart at all, but I think it's quite a simple song. But I think here it's kind of going its own way. Just a guess, I could be completely wrong here. It's a cool take on the song. But I think it's not going higher than B tier for me. Next one. Title screen. This is also another guess. A lot of guessing in this video. But I think that this could be SNES original. But that's only because it's playing during the intro. That I'm not sure if the Amiga version had. No, I think it did have it. But it's a completely different opening. Ooh. Once again, this sound. So... it's just... Lemmings for the Super Nintendo for me. How can you make a game about Lemmings just going all over the place and dying? Still going other places. So happy. Almost all songs in this game is happy to the brim. Okay, now we're looped. I really like this title screen song. Could be because I'm not that tired of it, because you rarely hear it. But I like its different sections. And it feels like they're doing a bit more with it than what was necessary for a title screen song. And I recognize the ambition here, and I'm gonna put this at the bottom of A tier. But once again, it could get another point for just being rarely listened to by me. Ah, nice track. I like it. Next one. Menace. I would guess that this is also a guest appearance, but I have no idea. Let's just rank it for what it is. So I think this song kind of serves the same purpose as Beast 2 did, in which it just completely breaks the sound that is going on with all other tracks. It's just so different. It could almost be played in a Doom level, in a way. And I think a lot of the stages that this is playing on is also very, you know, Alien inspired. And from what I remember, those stages kind of suck. Basically just travel stages without a lot of puzzles. But the song is cool. And they were looped. Okay, yeah, you know, B tier, sure. We can go there. But I think that Beast 2 was cooler. So I'm gonna put that above. Okay, next one. Now use miners and climbers. This one sounds a lot more serious than most track that we heard for the classic Lemming songs. You can kind of see this on the ordering, like you see that we have another Beast song, for example, and Awesome is also one of those strangely sounding songs. They're at the end of the soundtrack. and the more regular Lemming songs are in the middle. They're all like grouped together in the soundtrack that I'm having here. But there's a nice rhythm to this. What I don't really like about the song is that the instruments just sound a bit muffled. Or a little bit, at least. Will we get one more section here? Let's give it a bit more time. The whole song is 3 minutes long. So here we have some of the playfulness that the other tracks have. I think it looped where I thought it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. The muffleness of it, I don't think it gets above B tier for me. But I like the change of vibe. So let's put it in B tier. Next. Stage intro. This plays when you're choosing stage. And it's a very short loop. Now it looped. And I think both stage clear and failure. Okay. Now it loops for real. I think that this is a bit too repetitive. Like, it's really short. And I don't think it goes above C tier, to be honest. So I'm gonna... Hey, it's the first C tier song. Next one. We all fall down. Thinking about the soundtrack as a whole, I'm not sure. Will we get any F tiers? Not from what I can remember, but we'll see. Making those kind of tier lists surprises you, especially when you're going back to very old games that you haven't played for a while. Suddenly there's just one or two tracks that you completely forgotten about, and you're just like, ugh, what's this? And then you have an F tier. So we'll see. Once again, I'm not sure if I'm going crazy here, but I feel that some tracks in this game is just a little bit more muffled feeling in comparison to others. Oh, we already looped. That's quite a short track. It's a very calm and nice one, and just solving puzzles to this track is nice. And this part here is just the melody is just very soothing. I don't remember if we heard this the first minute. Anyhow, I think that this is another B tier track. And I think like in the middle of the pack is okay. But it doesn't do more for me. Next one. Don't do anything too hasty. it is hard not to bop your head along to this one. Oh, and here you have the classic wedding theme. So this is a mix of multiple songs, isn't it? Or maybe it is the same and they are just known for different things. I think this tier list is just gonna be how happy does the songs make me. They were looped. I would have loved for all the music tracks in this game to just be 30 or 40 seconds longer than they are. Because once again, one of the criteria that I'm ranking the stuff by is how likely I am to listen to the music outside of the game. And the length really hurts the music tracks. From, you know, going up to A or S tier more often. And as a track, I think it's kinda chaotic. With it just being different things in the same song. And I don't think that, once again, this go any higher than in the middle of B tier. Which is definitely not bad. B tier is still good, I would say. Next one. Not as complicated as it looks. And C tier is still fine. F tier is just not very good, or shit. I always thought that the sound made here, that sounds like someone, you know, having jeans and just doing this on their jeans. I'm gonna point it out the next time we hear it again. So, this song, I don't think it fits that well in this game, to be honest. Okay, here. That is the jeans scratching sound. Okay, one more time. Now we have some bass as well, but you still have the jeans sounding sound. Yeah, this is a boring track. We're already on the second lap. I think C tier. Not a good track. They could have done so much more with it. Next one. Staff roll. I think I've heard this like once in my whole life. I have played a lot of Lemmings, but I've rarely completed the last level of the game. In the Super Nintendo version, you have the 120 original stages, and then you have 5 extra stages that Sunsoft created specifically for this port. So I don't remember this track, even though I have completed the whole game once. Ooh. And here are parts of the title screen, but in a different manner. Ooh. I think we had about 2 or 3 seconds of the ending theme as well. So the ending and the staff roll in this game, they have different... I think the ending theme is a cutscene, and here we have the credits roll. Obviously, since the name is staff roll. That sounds like Lemmings dying. I like that they're incorporating different songs into this one. It's a cool thing when staff rolls do that, because it makes it more of a journey in a way. Still not my favorite track. I think this is middle of the pack B tier again. Next song. The energy here, oh, it's great. It added one more layer when doing that loop, right? That is important. If you're gonna be short, you should at least vary stuff somehow, right? Yeah, this song, despite it being kind of short, I don't really feel that it's hurt too much by it. But I also think that it definitely lacks in the variation department. Let's see, this is easy when you know how. I'm sorry people, but I think it's another B tier middle of the pack song. The thing is that I don't want to start putting stuff into S tier or F tier just to make the lists more interesting in an arbitrary manner. Next song. So if a song deserves one of those tiers, then it will get there. But if no songs end up in either tiers, then it is what it is. I'm a fair judge. Origins and Lemmings. This is another song that I think fits really well with just, you know, chilling, trying to solve the levels, executing the orders for Lemmings. It's just a nice and chill song to play the game with. And I can really see the small walking animations of the Lemmings in front of me when I hear this. Oh yeah, and here it's very different. And then we looped. Okay, so this is a song on the little lengthier side in comparison to others, which helps it. And I think, not because of that only, but because of a lot of reasons, that this goes into A tier. It might actually even go in the middle of A tier. Yeah. Very good. Very good song. Next. Beast one. Okay, so this is the first of the Shadow of the Beast songs. The other one was Beast 2, as you can see here. Oh, sorry, here. And this is the first one. And do you hear the energy shift here? In comparison to almost everything. This could fit in a horror game. So I think that the stage where this is used is... there are a lot of dead trees. Could even be a graveyard now when I think about it. And you have a lot of moss on the ground. And it just feels very desolate. but it is a cool track. And I'm very curious how the original sounds like, and how much they have Lemmingsified this song. It could be that I would like it even more in case I knew how the original sounded. Yeah, they were looped. Yeah, but a cool track. I think it belongs next to the Beast 2 song. Because they add some spice to the whole soundtrack just by being different. You know what? It could actually go up a few songs. I don't mind. I think it's a really cool one. Yeah. Okay, only 9 songs left. We're soon finished. Let's go. You need bashers this time. Oh, it's already looped. Yeah, this is a short one. I don't hate what we have here, but it is almost only 30 seconds long, which is a bit too short to stay interesting. Bottom of B tier. Still better than what we have in C tier, I would say. Next one. Builders will help you here. Ruby. I'm gonna try to prevent, or sorry, not prevent, but keep as much of the serious sound as I can during this recording. Because a lot of the songs are actually playing around some with the stereo sound. And I hope that it's conveyed in the YouTube video as well for you guys. I think we have one more section coming up here that I really like, if I remember correctly. Should be now. Yeah. The whole music track recedes, and the drum. Okay, not there, but yeah, it's there somewhat, and I always liked that. I'm gonna point it out in every music tier list video that I'm making. When the drum just gets front and center, a little bit more. So yeah, we loop there. This is another one of the 90-second songs, which is in the longer section in this game. It feels that some songs just got more love during composing. And this is top B tier for me. It could even be bottom A. I actually think I want to put it in bottom A. I like it. Next one. Smile if you love Lemmings. I love it. Despite no one else doing nowadays, it seems like, because the franchise is dead. I think it's owned by Sony, and they have done nothing with it. See, the last time they did something with it was... was for PS Vita, right? Lemmings Touch, I think it was called. An okay game. Ooh. We're going higher, people. Could this be the best song in the game? Still haven't looped. There, okay. Okay, this is actually the first one I'm even thinking about putting in S tier. Sorry, in the Super Lemming tier. You have good energy. You have some really cool sections in there as well. And the melody of it all is just really nice. You know what? I'm gonna do it. It's getting 1 point just because of the title alone. Smile if you love Lemmings. Yeah, I'm smiling when I'm hearing you. Good song. TDN's seal of approval. Right there. Next one. Only floaters can survive this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would kinda see this as the main theme for Lemmings. Which could be. Because when Lemmings was released for the PS3, in the title screen, they used a remix of this song, which was absolutely amazing. I love that remix. But since then, I've always associated this song with the franchise as more or less the main theme. Bam, bam, bam. And there is something sad about the whole song, while also being kinda going forward, doing its own thing kind of vibe. I feel like there's a story to this song that it's trying to convey while letting it play. And I think that despite it being a little bit short, once again, I would just have loved a little bit more to it. I still think that in this case, compared to all other songs in the game, didn't I say that I shouldn't rank stuff like that before? I think I did, but I'm actually probably backpedaling a little bit on that. I feel that those two songs that we have in S tier right now, they stand above the others. So now I'm changing my mind. I'm ranking them like this. I want to put them in S tier. Every list is its own being, and I don't know how they will change next. And that's part of the charm, and it's also making you all confused, and I'm sorry for that, but it's what it is. Let's go. Awesome! 5 more songs to go. So this belongs in the same bracket as Menace, in the bracket that is songs that just feels very different from the rest, and are played on specific stages that are very different from the rest as well. I think this is the alien themed ones. So once again, probably another game, I would assume. Please let us know in the comments if you know more. I like the background bass going on there. Boom, 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 boom. Those key presses are a tad bit too long. They are cool. Yeah, and they were loops. But I think the long key presses, the stuff, don't make it all any better. But I still think that it is a cool song. It's not awesome at all, but it is good. I love the background bass going on here. I almost wish they just got rid of the the melody line going above it. Okay, next one. Intermission. This plays during some cutscenes, I think. So every time you complete... So the whole game is divided into 4 different difficulty levels. Fun, tricky, taxing, and mayhem. And every time you... And all of those have 30 stages in each of them. And every time you complete one of the difficulties, you get awarded with a little cute cutscene. And I think that this song plays in all of them except for the opening and the ending ones. Which makes me think that this part of the songs are never heard. Okay, they were looped. But I don't remember. Yeah, it's cute. And it's a nice little reward for just completing any difficulty. Still don't think... I mean, it's... yeah, I'm gonna put it there. Semi-bottom B tier. But still above stage clear and failure. Those are their own thing, kind of. Okay, next song. 3 more to go. Tailor-Made For Blockers. That sounds like Lemmings. A sound that they would make. Oh, I really like this part. This sound here, bam, bam. What is that? Have you ever heard that in any other Super Nintendo games? Okay, we looped there. But I really like this one. I actually think it goes to the middle of A tier. Just above Just Dig. But below Origins and Lemmings. Yeah, I think this is the perfect spot for this track. Oh, it's a good one. Let just this section go or finish before we go to the next one. Will we get ending as the ending theme? Okay, I really hope so. Please let it be like that. Okay, next one is gonna be... It's not ending, so the ending song is gonna be at the end. Wow, that's actually amazing. I love when random is kind of not random. Don't Let Your Eyes Deceive You is the track's name. Before we end, do you have any wishes for other games that we should go through and have a look at the music like this? If so, let me know. I'm doing a lot of RPGs on this channel, but I also want to cover games outside of that as well now and then, just to do something else. And boy, do I have to tell you, doing a list outside of RPGs is actually a lot harder than I thought. With RPGs, you can always speak and connect music tracks to different events, characters, places a lot easier. And in a case like Lemmings here, where it's more of a sandbox game, or all the music tracks are just spread out throughout the whole game, it's really hard to not have that connection, kind of. So sorry for not speaking a whole lot about the tracks themselves, but it is a bit harder than at least I thought it would be. But if you made it all the way here, you're amazing. And if you do make a comment in the, to this video, please put a gold star in your comment, just to show that you made it more or less to the end. Anyhow, this song is a good one. Nice melody, nice tempo, nice energy. I think it's top beat here. It doesn't quite go to A tier level. Or does it? Now, okay, if I'm thinking so much about it, no, it's gonna stay in B tier. Okay, next up, which is actually gonna be Ending. Another song I probably only heard like once. So I don't remember it at all. It sounds like something that could play at the end of a Mario game for the Super Nintendo as well. Okay, not this part. Okay, it's very soon stopping. Only a few more seconds. So I'm restarting it now manually. It's a bit boring, but I think it kind of goes into intermission territory where it's doing its part. And if I would have played through the whole game and heard this, it would probably mean a lot more to me. But right now I haven't. And it was way too long since I last did, so I don't have that connection to it. And that part there, kind of like screeching, don't love that. Okay, let's put on Smile If You Love Lemmings. Which is one of the best songs in the game, apparently. And yeah, thank you so much for watching all the way here. You are a fantastic person for doing that, for just hanging out here with me and enjoying some Lemmings music and or video game music, whatever it is. If you do like video game music, I do have quite a lot more on this channel about the topic. Once again, mostly doing RPG related stuff, but once again, now and then, trying to branch out a bit and try other stuff. So don't be shy, let me know if you, whatever content you like or don't like, so I kind of know which path to choose moving forward. And if you want to help out the channel, it's, yeah, just watching stuff is the best way. Really thankful for anyone doing that, because it helps motivate me to create more. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching everyone, and have a nice rest of your day, and we'll see each other hopefully soon again. Bye bye.